Hello everyone, you all are already here. Hi, I'm Anjali and I welcome you all back to Daaktar that Chulha. Yes, I'm a doctor. Yes, I can cook. Yes, I do find time to cook. Because for cooking, what you really need is not just the time, it's passion. Well, to all those who are new to my channel, let me tell you all, my videos are usually bilingual. Once I start cooking, I drift to Hindi. So please switch on your subtitles right now if you haven't already. And if you are watching it on your mobile phone, there is a CC icon for subtitles in the upper right corner. Please switch it on so that you do not miss out on anything. Also, if there is any confusion regarding ingredients, always remember I mention all the ingredients in detail in the description below the video. So you can always refer over there. Okay? And I come up with my videos twice a week. Yummy Sundays and super quick Thursdays. And today is our super quick Thursday for a super quick yummy recipe. For the days where we really crave for something delicious, but we do not have energy to stand for hours in the kitchen. Right? Well, today we are going to make prawns creamy delight. But before we get started with our recipe, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe it right away. Because I know you don't want to miss out on the yummy recipes that I have to offer. Also, hit the bell icon. So every time I come up with a new recipe, you get the notification. Okay? Well, let's get started with our recipe. Well, let's get started with our ingredients. The main ingredient, prawns. Nicely cleaned, washed and drained. They were quite big, so I've cut them in half and they're about 250 grams. Next, all-purpose flour, which in Hindi we call as Maida. It is about 1 heaped teaspoon. Please do not take it anymore. 2 pinches of sugar, 1 tablespoon of salted butter, 1 tablespoon of fresh cream. I've got half cup of fresh whole milk. I prefer whole milk for this recipe, but if you have skimmed milk, it's okay, fine, use it. But I prefer whole milk. Next, plain mayonnaise. I love plain mayonnaise. You can just add flavors to it and make it as you want. So I always use plain mayonnaise for this recipe. It is about 1 spoon. But in case you have garlic mayonnaise, you can use that either. But never ever use any other flavor of mayonnaise because it will change the whole recipe. Okay? Next, finely chop 2 cloves of garlic. Now I'm using 2 cloves because the mayo is plain. But if in case you're using garlic mayo, then accordingly reduce the amount of cloves or just omit it. Right? Next, white pepper. Oh, I just love white pepper. It gives its own magic to this recipe. So I use 2 pinches of white pepper. But in case you do not have white pepper, you can replace it with the black pepper. Or if you don't have either of it, you can use a small piece of green chili. Just chop it fine and add to the sauce. But white pepper has its own magic. Never replace it with red chili. Next, oregano. This is one of the magic ingredients for this recipe. I have used about 2 pinches of oregano, dried oregano. If in case you do not have dried oregano, but if you have dried mixed herbs, you can replace it. That's fine. But yeah, either of it must be there. It has its own magic for this recipe. So dried oregano, 2 pinches. If not, dried mixed herbs. Now, next, you can see finely threaded spring onions. Well, this is only for the purpose of garnishing. We are not really going to cook it. It is only and only for the garnishing. And now the last but the very important ingredient, salt. Salt is as per taste, but whenever you add salt to this recipe, you have to consider 2 things. Firstly, we are using salted butter. Secondly, prawns. Prawns or any seafood has its own salt, right? There is always a bit of salt in any kind of seafood. So whenever you add salt while cooking it, you always have to consider it. Well, that's all we need to get started. So let's get started with our recipe.
वेल टू स्टार्ट विथ मैंने फ्लेम ऑन कर दिया है और हाई फ्लेम पे कढ़ाई को गर्म कर रही हूँ. कढ़ाई जैसी अच्छे से गर्म हो जाए हम उसमें ऐड करेंगे बटर. जैसे आप बटर ऐड करें गैस को थोड़ा लो फ्लेम पे डाल दें. लेट द बटर मेल्ट नाइसली. अब हम ऐड करेंगे मैदा. मैदे को जैसे ऐड करें अबाउट 2 to 3 मिनट्स हमें कंटिन्यूसली स्टर करना है टिल वी गेट अ नाइस अरोमा. डोंट लेट इट टर्न ब्राउन. रिमेंबर what color we do in it? Creamy. Do not put it on high flame. Continue it on a low to medium flame. Stir nicely. Well, now it's nicely done. Now we'll add garlic. Once you add garlic, you're again gonna stir it for about 1 minute. Do not let it turn brown either. Do not increase the flame. Stir it nicely. Well, garlic is nicely done. Now we'll add oregano. Add it. Again, we'll mix it well for 30 seconds. Keep stirring. Do not increase the flame. Now we'll add milk. रिमेंबर मिल्क को पूरा एक साथ नहीं डाल देना है वरना वो लम्स फॉर्म कर देगा और हमें चाहिए स्मूथ सॉस. इसलिए हम थोड़ा थोड़ा डालेंगे और हर टाइम हल्का हल्का स्टर करते रहेंगे ताकि अच्छे से सॉस बनता रहे, मैदा गाढ़ा होता रहे. फिर से सॉस गाढ़ा हो गया, फिर से आप थोड़ा सा मिल्क डालिए. कीप एडिंग इट इन स्मॉल पोर्शंस. दैट्स द की. या कीप स्टरिंग इट नाइसली. The better you stir, the better the sauce will be. Keep stirring. Slowly we'll add all the milk like that in small portions. Now you may increase the flame if you want. Sauce is nicely done. All the milk has been added. Now we'll add white pepper. White pepper को भी अच्छे से मिला ले. Mix it well again. Keep stirring. Now comes the cream. While adding the cream, again stir continuously, mix it well. Keep stirring. Now we'll add mayonnaise. Yes, I'm too tired and too lazy to even turn back and pick up a spoon. Come on, it's Thursday. Keep stirring. We'll now add some sugar. Put it in. Stir well. Let's add some salt. A little bit more. Again, stir it nicely. Mix it well. Now comes the main ingredient, the prawns. Added. I'm using it like I've cut it in half and then I'm using it because the sauce is in small quantity. So I feel like we should add it in such a way that it mixes up really well with the sauce. If you want, you can add it the whole. If it would have been small, I would have added it whole. Now mix it well, stir it well. Once we mix it really well, we are going to close the lid and let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes initially. Then again open the lid, stir it well for some time. Then again cook it for 5 to 6 minutes. So in total you have to cook say about 7 to 10 minutes. And as and when needed, you can open the lid, stir it. The sauce should remain wet, but it should not be too fluidy. So as and when needed, open it, stir it, again close the lid. Well, stir it again. Don't let the prawns stick to the pan. If you want, if you need, you can increase the flame a little by now. Nicely. I'll close the lid, let it cook. Well, it's now done. Now let's serve it really hot with some garlic bread. Or maybe you can just serve it with a simple butter toast. If you like this recipe, give me a thumbs up and please leave a comment to tell me what all recipes would you like me to cook. Also, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and hit the bell icon for notifications. That's all for now. Until we meet again, eat healthy, stay healthy.